Zealand's reputation. That's all.
I call Paul Goldsmith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my pleasure to draw this debate back a little bit in the direction of the bill itself. The Climate Change New Zealand Superannuation Fund bill, which is what we're talking about. And if you look at the general policy statement, Mr. Speaker, it's quite interesting. It singles out ExxonMobil as the cause for this bill, because apparently this company, the fund has invested $43 million in ExxonMobil, and this apparently is a bad thing. Well, I don't know about other members in the House, but I don't necessarily regard ExxonMobil as evil, nor Shell or BP or Todd Energy or any of the other oil companies around the world. In fact, I quite like the fact that I can turn up at the petrol station and buy oil and put it in my car. It serves me quite well. I like to be able to drive into town. I like to be able to go onto the motorway across. I quite like to go across the Newmarket Viaduct and swoop down Grafton Gully into town. It's magnificent. It's fantastic to be able to get around like that. I think cars are quite a good thing, and the fact that you need petrol to make a car go is one of the great inventions of our time, and I don't necessarily think it's an evil thing, and I can't see why it would be regarded as a terrible thing somehow to invest in a company which provides something that makes the world go round. This bill also strikes me as somewhat sinister. When you look at the reasons, it quotes ExxonMobil saying a couple of things: that it's very difficult to determine objectively the extent to which recent climate changes might be the result of human action. So, and that apparently is the reason why we shouldn't, the Superannuation Fund shouldn't be investing in that company. It's somehow you stop trading with people because you don't like what they say. Well, that's an interesting principle and a rather strange one. I probably don't like what some of the fishermen who go and catch the snapper that I eat say to each other, and I probably don't like some of their opinions. But I quite like the fish, and I don't use that approach when I'm buying things, and I don't quite see why the Superannuation Fund should follow the same approach. And I do wonder that it's almost that you muzzle anybody that doesn't say what you like, which seems to be the approach of the Green Party. And I don't agree with that policy at all, and I won't be supporting this bill on that basis. And what does it mean precisely, Mr. Speaker, when we talk about only investing in a firm that follows environmental sustainability? By whose definition? I imagine if it was by Mr. Norman's definition, there probably wouldn't be any companies at all that would probably measure up. Nothing would be quite sustainable enough for Mr. Norman. So I don't support this bill. But it is worth noting, and Mr. Smith, the previous speaker, spoke very well on the parties. Dr. Smith spoke very well on the parties, the National Party, national government's contribution to climate change policy. I won't reiterate all of that here, but I would say when it comes to the investment policies of the Superannuation Fund, we are already practising responsible investment criteria that this bill intends to formalise only more red tape and more bureaucracy. And we don't support creating bureaucratic hurdles to investment beyond some certain basic measures that we've put in place already. And our responsible investment framework, which is integrated into all our investment activities, I think serves us well already. And this bill would take us backwards, and I don't support it on that basis. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
I call Andrew Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Take a call on behalf of New Zealand.